Yeah, okay. 那我们就wait a minute. We have other friends. Yeah, I will use English, of course, but I mean, I will also explain in Chinese a little bit. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Don't worry, yeah. Okay, 好，那个我们 so today, first of all, thank you very much for coming to today's Germanic class. This is actually our first Germanic class, and also the last class in this month. So, and I knew that, and I know that there are a lot of newcomers. So, thank you very much for your interest. First of all, welcome to today's class. So, as usual, my class has two parts. 就是这种简单的话，我觉得我用中文讲一讲，或者是用英文讲一讲都无所谓。就是讲语法的时候，我会用中文再详细讲一遍，因为语法可能会比较复杂一点啊。OK， Okay, yeah, as usual, my class has two parts. The first one is grammar. Wait a minute. The first one is grammar, and the second one is reading. Yeah, and today we are going to actually start from a very brief introduction. Yeah. So this is actually our first Germanic class, and as I have said that. Welcome to the class, and 就是欢迎你们来这个课。那我们首先来讨论一下"欢迎"这个词怎么样 ？OK. So first we talk about the word "welcome." I think you all know in Chinese, "欢迎" means welcome, right? So it's English welcome. And in Chinese, we usually say that 欢迎你 right? But 欢迎你来 like 欢迎你来中国 right? So this is our 我相信我中文这样说应该没问题吧？没有人会反对我这么说吧？对吧？欢迎你来中国，对吧？ But if you put it in English, how can you write this sentence? You would say "Welcome to China," right? So in English, we would say, "Welcome to China," right? Great. It's wonderful that you have mentioned the French expression. I will talk about it later, yeah. Okay, so welcome to China. But why is "you" missing? 我们在英语当中，大家讲的话绝对不会说 "I welcome you to China"， 或者说地道的英语，或者说一般来讲语法是当正确的，不会说 "I welcome you to China"， 对吧？我们一般不会这么说，对不对？好，那为什么呢？所以说这个等于其实是要怀疑一下的。就中文的欢迎其实不能严格对等英语的那个 welcome。虽然我们一般翻译的时候会把它翻译成 welcome， 对不对？好，那英语的 welcome 为什么会这么说呢？为什么我们会说 welcome to China, but we will not say welcome you to China or I welcome you to China? This is totally wrong, right? And then let's talk about German. Yeah, that's a very nice answer. Yeah, great. Let's check German. Yeah. So what about German? Probably some of you are not familiar, so let's probably check the English dictionary, English-German dictionary, or German-English dictionary. So this is a German-English dictionary. So I check welcome, and you find there are actually several different explanations for welcome. First one is called willkommen. First one is exclamation, 就是 exclamation 叫什么感叹词或者什么之类的，对吧？ Exclamation, welcome, yeah, welcome to England, welcome to China, right? Okay. And then the second one is a noun, which means reception or yeah, 就是受我不知道应该怎么翻译成中文，就是 welcome is a like 欢迎 but yeah, like you know this is a noun, right? Or reception, give a proposal, a warm welcome. Yeah. And this is and what we are talking about is actually this one as a verb. In German, how do you say welcome if you want to say 欢迎来中国 or 欢迎 someone 欢迎谁欢迎什么什么人就是 in German 欢迎 how do we say 欢迎某人 in German? We would use this one. Willkommen heißen, yeah. Order or this is a synonym. This is actually this. And begrüßen is like English. Greet, yeah. Du bist willkommen, yeah. Okay, that's great, yeah. So if you want to say 欢迎 someone, you have to say jemanden mit offener Arme. Offener Arme is not really necessary. Like you open your arms, 就张开双臂，但这个不是必须的。Like jemanden willkommen heißen. So this is actually you put jemanden here. Jemanden, yeah. So this is a correct way to say 欢迎某人 in German. And then probably we can also check English. Yeah, this is also another expression like this one. You are welcome. And also, if we check English dictionary, we can find the information in Oxford English Dictionary. So this is actually the one of the most important dictionaries we use if you want to check the English words. So actually, if you search welcome, there are actually several different meanings or several different entries. And they come from different periods, right? So the earliest one is about 9th century. This is 9th century. What does 9th century mean? It means that it is Old English already. Yeah. So let's check this one. So this is actually, wait a minute. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so this is this one, welcome, and it is dated already in Old English. And let's probably check a sentence. There's a sentence, I think, in Shakespeare. We can check this sentence in Shakespeare. So in Shakespeare, it comes from it comes from Timon of Athens. So this is a dialogue. It's a dialogue between, check it here. So it's a dialogue between Timon and Epaminondas. So Timon says that, oh, Epaminondas, you are welcome. You are welcome does not mean 不客气 here. It means that 欢迎你, like 欢迎你来, 欢迎你, yeah. And then Epaminondas says that, no, you should not make me welcome. Take a look. You should not make me welcome. And then I come to have sea thrust me out of doors. 对，就是对我们来讲重要的就是这两个句子，大家看好了。So in Shakespeare, we have these two sentences. You are welcome, and you should not make me welcome. And then, what about French? In French, I think someone has already mentioned, in French, what is the word in French? If we check a French English dictionary, so welcome, it's called bienvenue, right? Okay, yeah, guten Abend. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Okay, we just started, and I begin with the word welcome. Yeah. Okay, so in French, we use the word called bienvenue. Yeah. So bienvenue. And can anyone tell me what is the original form of bienvenue? What is bienvenue is not actually not a how do you say that, finite verb. So can anyone tell me the infinitive? Okay, okay, venue. Actually, we can check it. Yeah, it's not really difficult. So if we check venue, it comes a verb called venir, right? So we actually have this bienvenir. Yeah. Okay, so now comes the first question of this class. Question 1. Bienvenue or bienvenir, which one is earlier? Can you tell me your answer? Bienvenue first, bienvenue number 1, bienvenir number 2. Which one is earlier? Oh, great, yeah, yeah. 好神奇啊！你们没有人选2吗？不错不错哦，看来大家语言学的感觉非常好啊。Well, you have a very good feeling for linguistics. That's great. This one is earlier, yeah. And then let's check the usage of bienvenue. Yeah. So if we check bienvenue in the dictionary, let's check it. So what is the expression, correct French expression to say 欢迎你? It says that être le bienvenu. Yeah. So this is for the masculine, right? So still in French, we say être le bienvenu. Yeah. So then comes a problem. Yeah. So it means that bienvenue, or sorry, it means that actually willkommen. So it means that willkommen and welcome at the very beginning, they are actually adjectives. Yeah. So they are adjectives. At the beginning. Yeah. Or adjectives or nouns, yeah, because in Indo-European languages, adjectives can usually function as a noun, yeah. 就是形容词可以做名词嘛，就是形容词的名词化。And then comes the verbs, yeah. And then originate the verbs, yeah. And then can we analyze it? Yeah, of course. Welcome. How can we check this? So we go back to the English, Oxford English Dictionary. So it's not really difficult. You can check it. So originally from Old English, willkommen. Okay, from willkommen. And willkommen comes from will, desire, and kuma. Okay. And also in Old High German, it's called willkommen. So Old English. OE stands for Old English. I assume that you all know Old English, right? And OHG is for Old High German, right? Okay. And then, so Old English is willkommen, and Old High German is willkommen. And then let's analyze this. This is actually a compound, and the first part is desire and pleasure. Yeah, and this verb really is actually goes back to a Proto-Indo-European root, and this root you can find it in the dictionary, of course. So I can show you the dictionary. Wait a minute. Probably for some newcomers, this dictionary is not as familiar. This is one of the most standard lexicons for Indo-European verbs. Lexikon der Indo-Germanischen Verben. So let's move to this verb. So actually, they all go back to this verb, means auswählen. And it is preserved in Indo-Iranian, like in Vedic, it's var, varat, and also in Latin, it's vedi, volo, yeah. And also in Germanic languages, like in Gothic, it's widi, wheel. Yeah, so it's kind of wheel. And then the second part is komo, and probably you all know this comes back to very important Indo-European root called gwen, means gain or common. Yeah. And you find it in Gothic and also in Old High German. This is for Gothic, and then this is Old High German, Althochdeutsch. It has form of quema, right? And then this qu and Old High German this is where I will explain it later, because actually in Old High German, Old High German is actually a covering term. Under this name, there are actually several variants. OK， 就是古高地德语这个术语，其实它是一个覆盖的很多方言也好，或者分支语言的一个总称。那其实跟 Old English 是一样的，就是 Old English 其实也是一种总称，在它之下也是有一些不同的分类，它们的正字法或者语法啊、词汇啊都会有一些差别。对 ，OK， 好。所以这个词它原本的意思是，this word actually originally means that the second part goes back actually to the past participle. Past, what is it? Or the preterite participle, preterite. Preterite participle. It means that someone who has already come, and or someone whose coming is how do you say that, was wished or was desired， 就是原来是一个形容词，表示被期望到来的，就是他的到来会给别人带来，就是别人是希望他到来的，大概是这样的意思。所以是正确的表达方法，你是不能用 welcome 加一个 you 的，因为 welcome 它原本是一个形容词，然后或者形容词再变成一个名词，大概是这样，所以你是不能叫 welcome you 的，这是错的。但后来其实慢慢语言发展的话，就演变出了其实一种新的含义，它就把它当成名词来用了，当动词来用，不好意思，这是后来的变化。那早期正确的都是这样。jemand willkommen heißen， 就是你称呼某一个人为受欢迎的访客，大概是受欢迎的人，大概是这样。好，或者是 desired person， desire whose arrival is desired， 大概是这样的意思。对，OK， 好，这个相当于是一个引子啦，我就想告诉大家，就其实这些语言，英语就是现代英语也好，现代德语也好，哪怕然后法语啊，再说一句，所以法语事实上大家可以发现嘛，法语事实上是一种 calque。So French is actually a calque. So calque means like a long translation， 就是叫介译嘛。就是介译 kind of how do you say that? It's translated from Germanic languages, yeah, beyond the knee. 所以它一开始用的是一个分词 ，so originally this is a participle, and then from the participle comes a secondary verb， 就从分词再构造出一个原来并没有的一个动词，大概是这样。对，虽然 Venich 这个名字，这个 come 就这个 Venich 这个词，原本当然是和文句是同时存在的，对吧？但是呢，这个复合词的话，beyond the new 它实际上是一个 talk， 是一个 long translation。所以就是想给大家看一下，就是我们平常讲英语也好，讲德语也好，某一些常用的表述方式。其实它背后是有规律的，就是它背后为什么会是这样？对，然后还有很多其他的东西，我们稍后会继续讲。对，就是今天因为是第一次课，所以可能会时间稍微长一点，我尽量控制在2个小时，我不会拖太久，因为反正以后还会再讲太多。讲OK， OK yeah， so I just explained that some very usual. Some very normal English or German expression, like "you are welcome" or "welcome to China" or "jemanden willkommen heißen." It is fixed expression, and this fixed expression goes back to older stage. And if we want to understand this one, if we want to understand the pattern or the usage, we need to investigate the history of the word. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually the importance of the historical linguistics. Okay, and this is actually how to say that, a warming up. Yeah, and to tell you that there's still something to learn. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think we can start with a real introduction of this course. So as I have shown you, this is actually the manuscript we're going to read today. This is actually Old High German manuscript, and it's about how to say that, oath, 就是誓言, eid. Strasbourg Eid. So we are going to read Strasbourg Eid or oath. Yeah, in English oath. Yeah, in Latin it's called sermenta, I think. Yeah, or sermons. You can also say sermons. Yeah. But before we start with the reading, just to give you a very brief introduction of Germanic languages. So what we call Germanic language consists actually 3 parts, basically. Yeah. So first, not really first, yeah, but there are basically 3 parts geographically. The northern, North Germanic, wait a minute, and the West Germanic, and also East Germanic. Yeah, actually 3 parts. Yeah, and among North Germanic, we actually have, of course, you know that, like Old Icelandic. I just give you some very important examples. I'm not going to be complete, yeah, because this is a very introductory class. Yeah, and or you can call it like Old Norse, Old Nordic, yeah, like then several other names, yeah. And West Germanic, we actually have, of course, Old English, right? And then we also have Old High German, and also like other other dialects or the other language families, like Old Saxon, Old Frisian, so on, like Old Saxon, Old Frisian, Frisian, I think it's written like this, right? I'm not sure, Frisian. Okay. And then East Germanic, one of them, of course, the most famous Gothic language. Yeah. And I'm sure that you already have a basic idea of the appearance. So this is Gothic. And for Gothic, so Gothic is kind of Old Frisian, yeah. Old Frisian. Yeah, because in German it's called Frisisch with IE, yeah. Okay. Old Frisian. Okay. And for Gothic, it's kind of isolated from all the others, yeah. But Gothic has preserved a lot of ancient features. Okay. And in addition to this, and we actually have runic inscriptions, yeah. And we're going to actually start from this one, yeah. Runic or other older expressions, because these are actually attested a little bit later, like from the 7th century or 8th century. Yeah. So this is actually from 8th century. Of course, AD, yeah, not BC. Yeah. But runic expression a little bit earlier. I think it's about 500. Yeah. It's earlier than this one. So, and we also have other inscriptions. Yeah. Okay. And so probably let's check one of them. So this is actually the. Do you want to see the explanation? I can show you the explanation. So if you want to investigate for yourself, this is actually how do you say that? Yeah. So this is called Negau Helmet. It is discovered in Negau, this place. And Negau, I think it's modern day in Slovenia. Yeah, in Slovenia. So these helmets are actually pretty early, like 500, 400 to 300 BC. Yeah. And on this inscription need not date to 400, but was probably added by a later owner in 2nd century BCE. So you see that this there's an inscription on this helmet, and we're going to read the inscription. Yeah. So I show you another picture with highlighted. Yeah. So you see, this is a helmet, and here around the edge, on the edge, there's some inscription. You see, I think you can see this. There's some letters, right? Some traces, yeah. And we're going to read this. So this is actually the inscription, and the direction is actually from right to left. On this picture, right? On this picture from right to left. So we actually start from here. And in order to, how to say that, recognize the text, I put the result already here. So this is actually the result. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, and this alphabet is actually not runic, Netherlandish. It belongs to the the Western. Yeah, okay. So Netherlandish, so Dutch. In German, is called Niederländisch. Niederländisch. And this is actually belongs to Old Low German. Yeah. And Old Low German, Old High German, they belong together to the Western Germanic. Okay. Okay. Nieder means low, right? Nieder means low. Okay, so let's probably check this one. So as you can see, we write from right to left. So the first one is actually like this one. Yeah, this is the aspiration. H. Yeah, and second one is R. Third one is ri, and this is the E, and then this is the K. And again, this is the R. This is R. And then this is S, right? And then this is the T, yeah, this is T. And then this is the E, right? And then again, this is the T. And okay, here you have the air, this is the air, yeah. And then you have the E here, this is the E. And then you have the wa, and this is R. Okay, and then this is not very clear, but this is already enough. We're going to analyze this. Yeah. And this alphabet is actually borrowed from the Etruscan. So probably you can, some of you probably have already remember. We have, check it. So this is a book for Etruscan language and inscriptions, and for the alphabet, we can use, it's a little bit small and make it a little bit bigger. So this is a book for the Etruscan alphabet. Wait a minute, it's a little slow, yeah. 啊，这文件有点问题，稍微等一下啊，就是这文件打开有点慢。Wait a minute. 哦 ，OK， 哦，大家可以OK, check this. So this is actually the Etruscan language, Etruscan alphabet. Yeah, and so this is a H. You have it here, and also you have this. Yes, this is actually here. Yeah, and I think you still remember the shape of this H, like this one H. Yeah. Okay, and also this one H. Yeah. H is here. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, sorry. And then this is a wa, yeah, right? Wa, and this is e, and this is zhe, yeah. Okay, so this is basically from the Etruscan alphabet. And Etruscan language, Etruscan alphabet was borrowed from the Greek, from the Western Greek alphabet. Okay, and then let's analyze it. So this is actually consists actually two words. The first word is called Hadikasti, and the second word is called Teva. And Teva, let's check it. Yeah. So the first word Hadi actually connected with the German word Heer. The German word Heer means actually army. And the second one, so this is connected with Hadi. So this is connected with Hadi. And the second word, Kasti, check it. So this is connected with guest or gust. or Germanic word Gast, or German Gast, yeah, means guest, right? And can anyone tell me how could this second last word mean? Yeah. Teva. Just to pronounce it in a English, in a Sanskrit way. Yeah. Teva. Yeah. Yes, it's Teva. Yeah. It means God. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the meaning. That's actually the meaning of the inscription. So it is carved on a helmet, and it has this meaning. So this is a god, and this god has a name called the guest, or the guest of the army. Yeah, so this is okay. Okay, so probably then we can talk about the real runic inscription. So in the runic inscription, I want to show you this one. So this is a very interesting object. It's called let's check it. So this is actually the object. I'm not sure if I can make it bigger. Yeah. I think it's not that big, but I think you can have an idea of what this object is. Yeah. So this is an amulett. 护身符，这是一个 amulett. So this is amulet, and on this amulet we have several. You can 我不知道这个能放大，我看看能不能放大给大家看一看。但放大了，它清晰度又不是很高，就是大概是这样的一个东西。So this is a long object, and this is amulet, and on this amulet you can see there are some carvings, right? And these carvings, and they are actually runic alphabet. And for the runic alphabet, we actually have a very good handbook. So this is, I get it from this book. So it's called Handbook of Comparative and Historical Indo-European Linguistics. It is actually the second volume. The second volume contains the introduction to Germanic languages. And inside the Germanic part, there's a very good summary of the runic alphabets. So for the runic alphabets, we can actually use this one. So we can actually just use this image, right? Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Sorry, I save this image. So this is actually the object. Okay. And how can we interpret it? And we use the, wait a minute. Probably we can decipher it. We try our best, yeah. Okay. So 这个摆放很有问题啊，就是我不知道这个到底应该怎么摆放。Okay. And probably we can copy the answer from here. So this is actually the answer. Probably you don't really need to recognize. Okay, so this is actually the inscription, and the name is called Lindholm amulet. It's Lindholm amulet, and then let's check it. Yeah. I think we start from, I think we start also from right to left, right? Okay, so this is the first character. This is actually a E. Wait a minute. This is Kedika. Kedi. K moment. This is and this is the, and this is E, K, li, la. Yeah. So this is e. Check it. This is e, right? You can check the alphabet. Yeah. So this is actually this is here, right? So this is look like M, and this is actually A, and then this is this small stroke here is actually K. Yeah, it's a K, and then again A, right? And then this is Li. Li looks like English Li, right? Li is like English R, right? And then E, right? And then L. So this is a La here, and then this is the R, right? Okay, and again this is yeah Z, and this is a S. Yeah. So actually, you can use this table to decipher this inscription. Yeah. Okay. This is actually from right. So we can also compare the real image and the well, it's actually boosted off a tone. You actually need several lines. Yeah, but basically here there's only one line, and written in two parts. So this is the first. This is the first part, and then the second part is from here. This is the second part. Yeah. Okay. They are not actually in the same surface. Yeah. Some runic inscription is written in a circle, like a snake. So let's check it. So this is also a very typical runic inscription, and it's written like in a circle. Yeah. Okay. So it's not like the Greek inscription, because Greek inscription you have on a how to say that, they put it in several lines, right? But here it's not several lines, right? This is only a circle, right? And also this is a single line here. And this is actually from I'm not sure it's from bottom to top. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, but a lot of the inscription are read from at least the ancient ones are read from right to left. Yeah. Okay. And for this inscription, we actually have a very good database. So there's a good database I can show you. Wait a minute. Yeah, I actually. Okay, so let's check it. So for this inscription, we actually have a database. It's called, for the runic for the runic corpus, we actually have a very good website called Runic Projector, made by University of Kiel in Germany. So inside this website, you have a lot of information, like for this one, if you click, wait a minute, if you click this one and you choose a place, the place is Lindholm, and this is amulett, and then you have the information, the image of the runic inscription, and also some very important like the Verbreitung, Datierung, and so on. It's like a basic information. And then if we want to know the text, we can check this one. So actually, Deutung zu einer Inschrift mit Literaturangaben. Okay, we click this one, and then again we choose Lindholm and amulett. So this is a explanation, right? So take a look. So for this inscription, there are a lot of different interpretations, like 17 different interpretations. So it's not that easy. So the first word is actually egg. And the second word is called Edidar, and Edidar is actually probably a name, the Edidar here, yeah. And then heist, Haiteka means Heisen. He's called Vidaga. So actually, the yeah, again, two names, yeah. And then they're actually So what is the meaning of this one? This so we just talk about this they're actually abbreviations, actually. It's actually abbreviations of these several words, yeah. Yeah, so this is actually amulett, 护身符嘛，所以上面会有一些像这种人啊，或者这种很多so this is amulett, so there are a lot of some kind of special objects or objects with special power, like that one. Yeah. Okay, so let's check this one. So this is a little bit tricky, right? So what is the meaning of this Does anyone have any idea of this 就很像那个 yes, yeah, you're right. 就是我就说这个很像那个什么不小心按到那个键盘了，就是猫什么狗啊按到你的键盘，然后打出一串这个字母一样的东西，对吧？Okay, so this is actually 如果我说这个东西和那个阿修罗是同源的，你们有没有人相信我？ So this is cognate with 阿修罗。True or false? True or false? 你们有没有人相信我？哦，有没有人不相信我？哦，好吧，不想相信我，哦，这样啊，好吧。哦，有人不想相信 ，OK， 好 ，OK，let's explain it one by one. So actually, the Runic inscription a lot of or most of the Runic inscriptions are discovered in North Europe, like Scandinavian. So they are closer to the North Germanic, okay, like Old Icelandic. So for this word, we already seen this is the explanation. This is actually the abbreviation for stands for arse. Yeah. So what is this arse? So let's check a dictionary, right? So what is the dictionary we should check if we want to know the meaning of Old Norse? Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Great. Yeah, great. So this is a dictionary we need to use by, wait a minute, by Jan de Vries. It's called Uitnordisches Etymologisches Wörterbuch. And let's go to this word. This word is called arse, right? And this arse, you check it. So this is a name, right? And you also find it in Old Swedish and Old Danish, right? It's called asa. And also in Middle English, it's called arse, right? And it is connected with ars or esa, yeah, right? And ars, let's move on. So what is ars, right? So there's a word in Germanic languages called ars, right? I think it's big enough, right? So we don't need to, ars means God or arse. Arse is just the transliteration, yeah. So the word has the meaning God. And we have actually double consonant S. So actually in Germanic, if we have double S, it comes from NS. Yeah. So then as comes from ans. Yeah. Yeah. And what is this ans could be? And this ans, we find it also in, let's check it. There's, I want to find Gothic. Yeah, check it. So in Gothic, there's a word called anses, and anses is called halber Götter. So it is actually connected with Gothic anses. And for this information, for this anses information, we actually rely on a Gothic, we are actually on a, how to say that, Gothic person, yeah. So this Gothic person, I don't know how to put it better, yeah. So his name, wait a minute. So this is his name. He's called Jordanes, and he's actually a 6th century Gothic, and he describes actually, how to say that, tradition in the Gothic word. So we can just read the translation. We don't need to read the Latin word, yeah. But important is this one. Sed semideos id est ansis vocavendunt. So they call a person who had great victory as ansis. And ansis has a meaning, semigod, demigoddess. Okay, and then let's go back to this, let's go back to this ansis. So, so Sanskrit asura, this is asura, right? So in Chinese, it is asura. And asura actually comes from asu plus la, and this asu, this a goes back to n, sorry, n with a, sorry, okay, wait a minute. I need to get the, I forgot to, I need to get the task, I need to get the keyboard, sorry, I need to get the keyboard for the, and this goes back to this as, yeah. And then asu, yeah, of course, asu, and then plus a la. And this asu, this is the same asu here. So Germanic god, as, goes back to ans, or the ansu, yeah, goes back to ansu, yeah, ansu. And then Sanskrit, Indic, and Iranian, because Iranian is, this, in Avestan is called ahura, ahura mazda, right? Yeah. So this is, how to say that, the 0 grade, yeah. This is actually 0 grade. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually the explanation of this amulett, of this signs, and this are actually God names, us, abbreviated for us, or anse. This anse is connected, etymologically connected with asura. Okay. Okay, so this is basically cultural and a little bit linguistic explanation. And then we're going to talk about 4 important families of this, of the Germanic language. Yeah. 就是多写了几遍，就是 they just write several times. Yeah. Okay. Just like also in Sanskrit mantra, in Sanskrit mantra, you also repeat, like svaha, svaha, you also write several times, right? Like in Sanskrit, you have this svaha. I'm not sure if this is first, like this svaha, svaha, or sadhu, sadhu, like this one, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah, it's something like that. You just sadhu, sadhu. Yeah. You also repeat. Yeah. Okay. So probably it's the same function, right? Okay. 就多重复几遍可能会比较好一点。Okay. 那我们休息几分钟。Let's make a stop for 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk about the 4 different categories, 4 different families. I'm going to show you the most important literature, which text we read, and the text editions. Yeah. So for the next part, we're going to talk about the 4 families. Gothic. The first one is Gothic. Sorry, Gothic. And then the Old Icelandic. And then the third one, Old High German. And the fourth one, Old English. Yeah. And for under each category, I'm going to show you the text we read and text editions, probably the standard text editions. Yeah. Editions. And then grammar, which kind of grammar we should use, and also dictionaries. This is basically the information for further study. OK， 那我们休息一下吧。那我先暂停那个录屏。OK。的确会有这种感觉，就是比较正式，比较随意一点，对吧？比较随意一点。OK。Okay, so as actually Germanic class is not the regular class, so I'm not sure. So I'm not sure when would be the next meeting for Germanic class. So I'm trying to give you some most important information. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about these 4 different families, right? So for the Gothic, it's pretty simple. The most important text is the Gothic. Is a Gothic translation of Bible. Yeah. And basically, the New Testament, not the Old Testament. The Old Testament, there's also some fragments, but basically the New Testament. And for this one, we can use a very good website. This is a very, wait a minute. Yeah, so this is a website for called Wurfida, and Wurfida is actually the translator of the Gothic Bible. And if you jump to the wait a minute, if you jump to the I don't know where, but this is a page. Yeah, so you, go to database and you can select. So I select Matthews, and for the Matthews, and you can check it. It's very good. So first one, so first line is the Gothic text, and second line is the Greek Vorlage, Greek basis, or the original Greek text, and the third one is the English translation. And I think it's a little bit older, a little bit old English translation. Yeah. So, and then very good is that if you click a word, it jumps to the explanation. This is pretty useful. So so basically for the Gothic text, you are very good. You are very well served if you use this website. So here's the grammatical information. So this is active, imperative, second person plural, or indicative, and so on. And then you also find the inflection category and also the meaning. So probably you just need to know some German, and then you can actually read the Gothic Bible by yourself. Yeah. Okay, and then we talk about the grammar. So there are actually several very important Gothic grammar book. The first one, how to say that? The one which I really recommend is to buy Wolfgang Krause. He's also the author of our beloved Tocharian textbook. So this is actually called this one. So called Handbuch des Gothischen, and this is a third edition. This is, I think, one of the best Gothic grammar you can use. And of course, there are actually other Gothic grammar published, I mean German, German. Like there's a one called Gothisches Elementarbuch. It's also very useful, right? And probably a very newly published, very recently published one by Miller is called, so I don't write the names in the notes to save some time. I just to show you the, show you the book, yeah. So this one is by Miller, wait a minute. So it's called Oxford Gothic Grammar, published in 2019. So it's really updated and recent. Yeah, so you can also use this one. It's written in English, but it's too detailed. So it's too, how to say that? There are a lot of information. There's a lot of information contained in this book. So sometimes you will get missed. You will get lost among this book. Yeah. So I think it has about probably we can check it. Yeah, about 740 pages. So it's pretty voluminous. Yeah. Okay. And oh, wait a minute. And then we talk about dictionary. For the Gothic dictionary, there are actually a dictionary. You can use actually first the website. You have the you can actually search here. You search a specific word, and also this website contains a dictionary. And this is actually the dictionary made by Steitberg, Wilhelm Steitberg. I think he was professor in Munich a long time ago in our department. Yeah. So this is Gothic Greek Deutsches Wörterbuch. So this is actually for words meaning, so it's very useful. But if you want to know about etymology, this is actually a very good dictionary. It's called a Gothic Etymological Dictionary published by Leiden. And as a tradition, the Leiden dictionaries are usually translated from the German dictionary, just like this one. So this dictionary is translated from the German version called Vergleichendes Wörterbuch der Gothischen Sprache. OK， 就是莱顿的字典，我说的印欧语言学的字典，就是质量参差不齐，然后很多的话其实都是从德语翻译过去的。Okay, so this is basically for Gothic. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Gothic because I'm going to focus on Old High German and Old English. Okay, and for the Old Icelandic, of course, you all know that the famous, how to say that, epic, yeah, okay, or yeah, Edda, yeah, right? And actually there are two Eddas, the Verse Edda and the Prose Edda. Yeah. Prose Edda. And for the Verse Edda, we actually have a very good text edition, and they actually fully investigated. Wait a minute. Okay, so for the Old Icelandic, I think I have, yeah. So this is actually the text edition you can use, published in 1983 by Hans Kuhn, called Edda die Lieder des Codex Regius nebst verwandte Denkmalen. So actually, we only actually have limited older manuscripts of this Edda. So one of them is this Codex Regius, and actually the codex are actually online, available online. So you can get the manuscripts. You can find the manuscripts. I will check it. Wait a minute. I can show you the website. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have opened a lot of pages. So not this one. Also not this one. So I can probably show you in oh no, this is the Prose Edda. Yeah. Sorry, wait a minute. Yes, this one. Yeah. So all the manuscripts, the whole manuscripts has been digitalized and made available online. So you can just go to this website. You can download it. So it's free. Yeah, I mean, it's free. You can click it and you can make it a bit bigger. Although it's not that clear, because originally it's probably not that clear. Right? Okay. So this is actually the Edda. And for the Edda, I can just show you the text. Yeah. So basically, it's verse. Yeah. So it's arranged in this form, and this is a specific. It's a specific metric meter, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's a little bit complicated, but you know that it's written in verses, and there are several sections, right? Okay, so this is the text, and inside, and from this series, there's also a second volume. The second volume is actually a dictionary. So it's pretty useful that you can use the dictionary. Wait a minute. Yeah. So the second part is actually a dictionary. So you just need to learn some German and then it's enough. Yeah. Okay. And of course, there's also an English volume. The English version is called the Poetic Edda, made by Dronke. Dronke or the Dronk. Yeah, it depends on. I'm not sure where this person comes from. So this is actually a bilingual volume. So you see, left is Old Icelandic, right is the English translation. And under it, there's also a brief, how to say, the apparatus, 就是校勘记，就是版本上面的问题，对，就是告诉你在某一些写本当中，所以in different manuscripts, basically two. R is what I have shown you, and it's another manuscript H. Yeah, this is a very useful one, but the most authoritative, the most comprehensive, how to say that, scholarly edition of Edda is this one. You have to use this volume if you want to do serious research of Edda. So this is called Kommentar zu den Lieder der Edda. It's very new. It's already finished. It's finished last year, 2019. It has 7 volumes, I guess 7 volumes. Yeah, and each volume has about 1,000 pages, so it's very voluminous. So, so like in this book, you have a very detailed, like you have a very detailed bibliography here for the important information. So it's really so detailed. You can, there's so much information here. Yeah, it's really. And then the structure of the text is like first the original text, and then comes the German translation, and then comes the detailed commentary on the verse. Yeah. So this is actually now the most important book to use if you want to study Edda. Yeah. I mean the verse Edda. Yeah. Leader the Edda. Yeah. You have to learn German. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And then the Prose Edda, right? So for the Prose Edda, there's also a edition called. So the Prose Edda is actually how do you say that? It contains also materials from the verse Edda, but written in prose, right? So the author is Snorri Sturluson. Yeah, my pronunciation is probably not very good. So you can use this one is text, translation, and also commentary, published in 1984. So I can show you. This is a minute. So there's also a very detailed introduction. Yeah, so it's basically like this. Yeah, okay. And then the Prose Edda manuscripts is also available online. So you go to this website, Rwin. So it's preserved. It's preserved in Uppsala. It's in Sweden, I think. Yeah, yeah, Uppsala is Sweden, I think. Yeah. So you can click this one, and you can also download this image. So it's pretty easy to use. Yeah. Yeah, you can make it bigger. Yeah, so it's like this one. Yeah. Okay, so this is the text and then the grammar. So for the Old Icelandic grammar, there are also a lot of options. Yeah. So probably a updated one is made by Nedoma. I can show you. So it's called Kleine Grammatik des Alt-Isländisch. Yeah. Yeah, it's also very good. And Nedoma is a famous scholar for Germanic linguistics. Okay. And again, there's another very good one made by Krause. So this is the grammar I really recommend. It contains actually the historical grammar of Old Icelandic. So Old Icelandic is also called Alt West Nordish. So Old West Nordic, right? Okay. So in this book, you also find a lot of historical explanations, etymological explanations. So it's very useful. So this is a grammar. And for the dictionaries, well, I actually only have a older version of the Icelandic dictionary. Wait a minute. So it's called. So this is the dictionary we need to use, but check the new version. Not really new, but check the second volume. Check the second edition. So it's called an Icelandic English Dictionary by called by Clisby and Vigfússon. So Clisby was dead, so Vigfússon has enlarged and completed this dictionary. But this dictionary has a second edition. So you need to use the second edition. I don't have the PDF file, sorry. And this is basically for the meaning. And as I have shown you earlier, for the etymology, I really recommend this dictionary by de Vries. Yeah, sorry, check it. So actually this dictionary by de Vries called Automatisches Etymologisches Wörterbuch. Yeah, okay, this is also very good. Okay, so this is basically for Gothic and Old Icelandic. Now let's move on to the most important, one, not really most important, the important parts. Old High German. So for Old High German, the literature, there's a lot of to read. So if we want to know the literature, because my class is basically a linguistic class, I'm not going to talk about the literature. But if you want to know about the Old High German literature, you should check this book. This is an updated book about the Althochdeutsche und Altsächsische Literatur. Yeah. So these two languages are actually related, and and inside this book, it's also very useful because it contains detailed bibliographical information. So first is the Überlieferung, the transmission, and then the literature you have to use for the for this text, and then the text edition. Here there are a lot of text edition of this important text, Strasbourg Edda, and also a historical background, and so on. And so on, yeah. So this is actually, I think, the book you should read if you want to know about the Old High German or Old Saxon literature. Okay, so this is for the text. And then for the grammar, again, Old High German grammar, there's a lot of Old High German grammar. And the one you should use, so first is the Elementarbuch, the simple version is called Althochdeutsches Elementarbuch. You can find it here. So it's only 200 pages. So it's actually a very famous serial in Germany. It's called Sammlung Goeschen. And Sammlung Goeschen is actually a very, I don't know how to compare this. Yeah. This is a collection of short textbooks. And not only linguistics, but also even physics, mathematics, and so on. This is a very good series. So it's called Althochdeutsches Elementarbuch. And probably we can check. And this book contains also texts. So it's very good. So take a look. So this book also contains texts like our famous Strasbourg Edda, and also a dictionary. So this is a very, of course, this is pretty simple. Yeah, it's brief, just a brief dictionary. And the grammar is really, how to say that, really concise and precise. Yeah, so I think you should use these. Yeah. So this is Althochdeutsches Elementarbuch. Okay. Yeah, the German people are really fond of editing Elementarbuch, like Toharisches Elementarbuch, right? Okay, and then the second one is the Althochdeutsche Grammatik. So this is actually a very, wait a minute. Yeah, so this grammar is already very famous. You see, this is the 16th edition of this grammar, originally by Wilhelm Brauner. It contains, I think, at least 2 volumes. The first volume is the phonology and morphology, a Laut- and Formlehre, and second one is syntax. Yeah, and this new edition is made by Frank Heidemans. Yeah, he's also a very famous Germanic scholar. Yeah, okay. Yes. You see, yeah, this is the information. So the first edition is, so this is a history of this textbook, this grammar. First edition 1886, and then now this is a 16th edition, it's 2018. Yeah. Okay. So this is a very useful book because it contains, for example, this very good paradigms. So it's pretty easy to get the picture of the Old High German grammar, right? So like this one is conjugation of the verbs, right? So this is a strong verb, nehmen, ziehen, and fahren, and so on. Yeah. So this is present, and this is conjunctive, optative, conjunctive, optative, and imperative, and infinitive, and also preterite. 过去式，就一般就是过去式，对 preterite, past tense. Yeah. Okay. And the noun. So, yeah. Okay. So 这个部分是不是有点无聊啊？你们会不会觉得，希望你们不要睡着了。OK，就是介绍文献、介绍这种语法啊之类的，就比较。哦，真的吗？哦，好的好的，OK。就你们如果要的话，我都可以把 PDF 发给你们，就只要你们那个 promise 不要传到公开的平台就可以了，你们只要自己私自，你们自己用是完全没问题的。OK。对，这些 PDF 我都可以和你们共享的。OK， okay, so this is the grammar. Yeah, okay. So this is Old High German grammar, and then let's talk about dictionary, the Old High German dictionary. So there are basically two kinds. The first one is how do you say that? The semantic for the semantic dictionary, and this is you can find it the information actually. The first one called Althochdeutsches Wörterbuch. It contains several volumes. Yeah, I can show you the picture. I don't have the PDF file. It's a pity. Yeah, I don't have the PDF file, but I can show you the. This is actually an online version, but I'm not sure if it is updated. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay. Yes, actually, there's actually an online version, and actually you can use, but check it. It's not finished. Yeah, so this dictionary has not been was not finished. So it's we can only search until R, and this dictionary looks like this one. I can show you the picture. No, not this one. Yeah, sorry, not this one. It contains several volumes. It looks like this one. So this is the dictionary. Yeah, so it looks like this one. It's published by De Gruyter. So actually, so it's published in De Gruyter press, And actually for the Goethe 2000, for the Goethe, and this is a very big volume, and 270 euro is not that cheap. It's not that expensive for the Goethe. This publisher is famous for being expensive. Yeah. Okay. Art Hochdeutsches Wörterbuch and contains several volumes, and it's not finished, but you can use the online version to check some. But yeah, okay, you can use this one. And there's a abbreviated version. It's made by, it's a single volume. It's made by Schutzheicher, Schutzheicher, called Althochdeutsches Wörterbuch. It's a single volume, but it's not that detailed, right? Okay. And yes, this is in 2012. And I think you also have this PDF. Yeah, if not, I can send you. Yeah, this is a single volume, and I can show you the information. I can show you. Yeah, this looks like this. Yeah, so you can see a lot of words. He just write SCHG. It refers to another dictionary, which is more. Which is actually, wait a minute, if I can find it here. It actually refers to another dictionary. I can, okay, forget it. So it's actually refers to a bigger dictionary, but you can still find some meaning here, like here, yeah, like here. Yeah, it's also useful, of course. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is actually and there's also another dictionary called Althochdeutsches Glossenwörterbuch, because a lot of Old High German texts are actually glossary to the Latin texts. So usually you would find in the Old High German dictionary the Latin correspondence. Yeah. Okay. And now let's come to let's come to this dictionary. This is the most important dictionary for the Indo-European linguistics. It's called Etymologisches Wörterbuch des Althochdeutschen. Yeah. So this book, this looks like this one. So there's an abbreviation. Check it. So the Wörter called Etymologisches Wörterbuch des Althochdeutschen, and it has an abbreviation called EWHD. And until now, only already six volumes, yeah, EWHD. So until now, 6 volumes are published. Yeah, so this is basically this dictionary until Pusa. Okay. So as you can see, I will show you. Okay. Berg, yeah. Yeah, for example, this word, Berg, means Berg, also in modern High German. And you can find, of course, first the Middle High German form, and also in other languages like Old Saxon, Alt Sächsisch, and also Alt English, Old English, and so on. And then comes etymology. So for the etymological part, first the Ur or the Proto-Germanic form called Belgas, and then the Indo-European, Proto-Indo-European form called Belgos. And this Gos is related, is etymologically connected to Sanskrit. There's also a Sanskrit word called Brug, or the Brach, and also in Avestan it's called Brus, and so on. And also in Tocharian, we also talked about this word last time. In our Tocharian word, yes. Okay, so this is basically so. And you can see that usually after the German explanation comes the Latin translation, or not translation, the Latin word, because as I explained, Old High German words, Old High German texts contain a lot of glossaries, yeah. So they write the Old High German translation for the Latin words. Yeah. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, so this is basically the Old High German part. So again, if you want to study Old High German, this dictionary is very, very important. Yeah. Okay, and now let's move on to Old English. So for the Old English literature, I think there are also a lot of books, but I'm actually not very familiar with Old English. But for us, for this class, we're going to explain Beowulf. This is probably one of the most famous Old English literature. So for Beowulf, we actually have a very good website. So you just go to this website and you can have first the manuscript here, and you can choose the text is here, and you can choose option. So if you choose option here, you choose grammar, you choose translation, and you choose glossary. So you have these things here, and then you put your mouse on the word. So I think I don't need to explain what is Beowulf, right? So if you want to know what is Beowulf, you just check, I think any information, any website, Wikipedia or some other English literature. I think there's in China, there's also a lot of books about history of English literature like that. You can just check this. And this website is very good. You have the manuscript here, and you put your mouse on each word, and then comes the translation of the whole sentence, and also the grammatical information of a single word. So like this gefruno, it comes from gefringa, gefrigna, and it is a strong verb, a three, and it's preterite and first person plural, and occurs in 100. Yeah, there's also yeah. I can play the yeah. That's our reading. Yeah.
Werk zonder wolknum, werth mindum thach, of that him whilch thare im besittendre over rade, hier on shoulder, go.
Yeah, you just have a basic idea of Old English, the pronunciation of Old English. So it's pretty useful. And if you, yes, it's pretty useful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as I said, with this website, you just you can read Beowulf without any difficulties, right? Yeah. You have the very detailed information, right? Here you have the translation and so on. Yeah. Okay. Very similar to Iceland. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is Old English, and there's actually another interesting website made by not this one, made by the University of Texas, like this one, Linguistic Research Center, and in this there's a early Indo-European online lessons. I think it's yeah, and then under this one you have Old English here. And also you have Old Norse, yeah, Old Norse here. And for the Old Norse, there's several good explanations of the texts. For example, like this one, if you click, this is actually the beginning part of the prose of the verse Edda. The loose part, yeah. Okay, and for this one, you can click here.
Hljóðsbyði kallar helgar kindir, veri og minni mögu í heimdalar. Vildu að ek valföður velfyrirtelja, fornspjöld fyrra, þau fremst mann.
Yeah, so this is also very useful. And here you can click here. There's also very detailed information to the words. So it's also very useful website. Okay, yeah. And then probably for grammar, where Old English, there's of course English version. So there's a book by, I mean, for the English language alone, not historical, you can check the grammar by Hawke. Richard Hawke, A Grammar of Old English. It has 2 volumes, I think. First volume, Phonology, and the second volume, wait a minute. The second volume is Morphology, right? Okay, but for the historical explanation, or for the historical, especially the Indo-European linguistic part, you can check another book by Runic called The Development of Old English. So Runic is actually the professor of, I think, linguistics in the University of Pennsylvania, and he's actually the supervisor or the teacher of my supervisor in Pennsylvania. Okay, so this is actually the book, yeah, Development of Old English. There's actually another book by Runic. He talks about the development of Germanic linguistics. So this is this book. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's called From Proto-Indo-European to Proto-Germanic. So if you want to know the, yes, I will. Yeah, okay, I will. So, so if you want to know about the development from Proto-Indo-European to Proto-Germanic, you can check this book. Okay, so this is grammar and the dictionary of Old English. Well, there are several options you can choose. The first one is a little bit concise. I mean, the first one is a concise Anglo-Saxon dictionary. I think I have. I'm not sure. I can check it if I have this. I can show you. Yeah, so this is a dictionary called a Concise Anglo-Saxon Dictionary. So Anglo-Saxon is actually an earlier, or how to say that, a traditional name for the Old English. Yeah, but Anglo-Saxon is probably politically not correct, so it is abandoned. They prefer, especially the English people, they prefer Old English. Yeah. Okay. But as I said, this is a concise. If you want to use a how to say the comprehensive one, you should check this one. So this is already made online. It's also very useful. How to say that, easy to use. You can also search here. So you just you can search, but you can also click the letters here. So it's I can show you the this is actually the information here. Yeah, but you can also browse the pages. So it is also scanned. You can have the scan page here. Yeah, okay. But this is already, how to say that, outdated. For the updated, how to say that? For the updated version of Old English Dictionary, you can check this website. It's called Dictionary of Old English. It's made by the University of Toronto. And inside this, you have this Dictionary of Old English. And you search here, and then you get the information here. So this is also very, the surface is very friendly, right? Yeah, you can copy the text and so on and so on. But for this one, you need to register, but the registration is free. But take a look. This website, this dictionary is not finished. It has only A to I. Yeah, so it's a little bit pity. Yeah. Okay. And for the dictionary, you're welcome. Yeah. And actually, for the dictionary, you can also use. Wait a minute. There's also a German Alt English dictionary. It's made use. It's online available. You can use German one. Yeah. I mean, this is not to be compared with this one, right? I know this is a little bit ugly. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit ugly. Okay. But for the Old English Dictionary, we can also use an etymological dictionary made by, it's a single volume. I have the book by myself. It's called Alt Englisches Etymologisches Wörterbuch by Holthausen. Yeah, he's actually a very famous scholar for Germanic languages, and so this is actually the etymological dictionary. Also very useful. It's not very expensive. It's about 40 euro. So you can still buy this book. Yeah, it's also very useful. Yeah. And of course, we can use we can use Oxford English Dictionary, right? So this is also very useful. So you put a English word, and then you have the Old English form here. So this is Old English form, willkommen, and also Middle English, and so on. So this is also a very important source for Old English. Right? Okay, so this is basically here. I'm not sure that probably we can read some text next time, so it's a pity that we couldn't read any text today. But since I already shown you these books, this bibliography, dictionary, grammar, and I think you can also read some lines yourself, right? And above, and after all, you can use the book by Benjamin Fortson, and his book is really useful for the Germanic part. So if you want to know about the Germanic language, you can also read his book called Indo-European Language and Culture. So next time, for the next, wait a minute. Yeah, so for the next Germanic class, I'm going to talk about the historical grammar of Germanic language. For example, we're going to talk about the laws, different laws. Of course, Green's law. We're going to talk about Green's law. But more importantly, because Green's law, I think a lot of, or most of the Germanistic students in China, you have already learned Green's law in your class. But for my class, we are going to explain Werner's law and also Debo's law. These two are really are also very important, especially this Werner's law. It will tell us why we have some different forms, unexpected forms from Green's law. Okay, so Werner's law is actually kind of a how do you say that? Supplement or some addition to Zusatz to Green's law. Okay, and also Debo's law. And also next time we're going to talk about morphology, about strong and weak verbs, right? Yeah, strong and weak verbs. And in Germanic languages, there are very special case. I just need another 2 minutes to explain a little bit, and then we can make a stop. Okay, so we just talk about, wait a minute. Okay, let me show you that. So we just talk about the word welcome, right? In German, it's willkommen, yeah. And this word, in Old High German, it has a form called Quemam. Yeah, Quemam, and also in the Germanic, in the Old High German grammar, you also find a form like, sorry, written like this one, Quemam. So this and as you can, yeah, both are correct. Yeah, okay. And for this verb, it is a strong verb. Yeah. Because strong verb is actually called irregular verb. Yeah, an irregular verb we have everywhere in English and also in German, like comma, ich komme, right? Ich komme, aber ich kann. Yeah, this is preterite, and this is present, right? Present, and then common, right? This is a little bit irregular, different from some regular verb like arbeiten, right? Like arbeitet, right? Okay, arbeitet, right? Yeah. Okay, so strong verbs actually reflect the. So strong verbs or some strong verbs go back to Proto-Indo-European upload. Yeah. So for example, this one, our verb quemam, common, belongs to the fourth. So strong verbs also have several categories. Yeah, basically 7 strong verbs, 7 classes of strong verbs. And quema comes from the fourth category. And the fourth category is really interesting because so I probably need another 2 minutes, sorry. So Germanic, I apologize for lengthening the class, yeah. So Germanic preterite goes actually 2 origins. First is the PIE perfect. Yeah. PIE perfect. And in perfect, we have upload, right? The O or A 0 grade. And this one, you check it. So this upload, there's a long air. This is a long air in the preterite form or in the perfect form. Perfect plus aorist, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this is, so strong forms go back to Proto-Indo-European upload. And this upload in perfect, I have already explained in perfect, how can you build perfect? This is a regular way to build perfect, right? Yeah. So check it. So this is O in singular, and this is 0 in plural. And O goes back usually to R. So PIE or become Germanic R. So this is pretty regular, but A is not regular. So this A, so Germanic A is really special. Germanic A in preterite is special. And this A is fine. This A is found also in other languages. Let's make a final choice. So final question. Yeah. Can you guess in which language? So first, in Greek. Second, in Latin. Third, in Tocharian. Fourth, in, how do you say that? In Iranian, right? Yeah. Like in Sanskrit. So what is your choice? This is a multiple choice. Not only, you can choose more than one. Yeah. So final question. So A in preterite, in which language family? We also have this A in preterite. 4 and 2, okay? 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, okay. So actually in Latin and also in Tocharian. Yeah. This is a very special case. Like Lego, we have legi, yeah. And in Tocharian, okay, I probably cannot give a very good example. Okay, forget it. Yeah. So in Tocharian, Tocharian preterite, there are several. The preterite in Tocharian has also A grade in some forms. Yeah. Okay. So this is actually what we are going to talk about next time, about the morphology and the historical grammar of Latin. Of course, I can show you the Tocharian preterite, but basically for, yeah, I can show you the Tocharian grammar, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so for the Tocharian, case, I can show you the Tocharian grammar. Oh, this first part is about, take a look, yeah. Yeah, this palatalization actually goes back to an A grade. So take a look. I think I need to explain it in greater detail in our Tocharian class. Yeah. Yeah, but remember, this A preterite we also have in Latin and Tocharian. Okay. Okay, so this is basically everything for today. I'm not sure if I should make a make a summary. This is probably 2 sentences. So we give a so we begin with 2 inscriptions. So this is with 2. Wait a minute. So actually, we start with 2 inscriptions. So this is one of them. This is amulett, and the second one is helmet. Yeah. This is actually the earliest object containing Germanic languages. But we also have historical records in the Latin writers. Yeah. Okay. And then we mentioned, we talk about the word called as. It is an Indo-European word for God. Yeah, you also find it in Sanskrit and also in Avestan. And then we talk about the texts, grammar, and dictionaries of the 4 important families: Gothic, Old Icelandic, Old High German, Old English. But the detailed information you can, if you forget it, you can just review the video. Yes, okay. Okay, so this is basically for today. It's a lot of information, but I hope you find something interesting from this lecture. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for your interest. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure which one. When should our next Germanic class take place? Yeah. But I will tell you, yeah, I will tell you if I know, yeah, because this is our plan. I can show you the plan for the next month. Actually for next month, for July, we're going to talk about Hittite. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about Hittite, and for the August. Well, I actually planned Slavic, the second Slavic class, but if you insist, I can change it to Germanic class, yeah. Or if you really want it, we can have, yeah, we can make a arrangement. Okay, so thank you very much again for coming to today's Germanic class, and I I hope you can. I hope you have enjoyed it, and see you next time. And Saturday we have. Oh, I forgot it. We can check it later. Yeah. Okay. So enjoy the rest of the day and have a nice week. Yeah. Okay. See you next time. Yeah. Bye bye.